I am in the airport and I am making my way to 2 flights so I can go to Duluth so I can go see my best friend for the first time. And pause. So this video was actually supposed to be out like 2 months ago because I made this trip in mid-August. But a lot of things happened in my life, mostly school related, so I'm just now getting this up. So sorry about that, Kenzie, but here it is. Yay! Unpause. I have been friends with Kenzie for like 3-4 years now, but because we met on Tumblr and she lives so far away, I have never actually been able to go see her. But now we are both in a place where we have the time and money to do so. And I'm going to see her for the first time for a few days, and I'm so excited. I have a layover in Chicago, but it's pretty long, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. And even though I kind of fucked up and took us to the wrong gate, I'm still here on time. So, can't wait to see her. And now we are taking off from Detroit and landing at O'Hare. So I made it to O'Hare. This airport is large as hell, and I got real confused when I got out the gate because I didn't see my flight, and I realized those were all American flights, and I'm US Airways on the second half, or United, so I don't know, whatever. I finally figured it out though, and we're making good time, so. Yeah, good time after a 2.5-hour layover because our plane had issues, so it took me a long time to actually get to Duluth, but now we're here. I found her! Hi! We've actually been in the car for a while because we were just too excited and I forgot my camera existed for a little bit. But
we were chatting. We've never met. Come on now.
We're gonna go check in and drop our shit off and...
That would be Hannah.
Oh, I love it. And then we're gonna get food because we're both starving as fuck.
Oh, by the way, a ship comes in at 4.
Cool.
Or we have to wait till tomorrow.
Whatever works.
Okay.
Because it's 3:23 right now.
Well, we could go drop off our stuff, and then we can walk down, watch the ship, and then we can go eat somewhere. Because there's like a million
there's
restaurants.
tons of stuff around here. Sounds good. We ended up eating and then seeing the boat and just chilling the rest of the night until we got here the next day, which was Glensheen, which is this old mansion that belonged to like the second richest family in Minnesota, like way back in the day, and we weren't allowed to take video, so these are just some photos that I took of it. That was one of the daughter's rooms, and it was just this absolutely gorgeous house. Look at that shower has more shower heads than any one I've ever seen now, and that thing was called a sitz bath, which was so that girls could take baths without having to get their hair wet. It's pretty crazy. And then this room was one of the daughter's rooms and actually has like crazy backstory about someone like died in there, so I don't think we're actually supposed to take pictures, but that was the infirmary right there. And then this was next door, one of the brother's rooms. He was really into photography. This was up in the attic. Because we got the expanded tour, so we get to see up there too. This was a picture of what the roof looked like. Still like the original as it can get. This was the calling system for like butlers and stuff throughout the house. And this was their kitchen. Like, look at that giant sink. How cool is that? And all these gorgeous old pieces of china, like dishware and teacups and stuff. And this was like their breakfast nook, but they had just like plants everywhere. It was absolutely gorgeous. This was the chandelier in their dining room, and I just thought it was so pretty. And this was like their dishware that they had in their formal dining room. And that was their giant dining room table that was so gorgeous. This was an old elk head that was in the games room that one of the guys shot. An old billiards table that was down there. And then they had these old film reels and cameras that they used to use. And then this is a picture of the front door. And this was the land that it was on. Like, how gorgeous is that? So we just finished the Glensheen Mansion tour. We weren't allowed to video. We weren't allowed to video during the tour, probably because I didn't want it to get leaked. We did the expanded tour, so we got to see all the levels of the house. It was really cool. And I have a bunch of pictures that I will post probably to a weird music montage or something in a moment. And
don't actually forget the damn montage this time.
And we're just walking on the grounds now because we have we can just walk around on the grounds no problem until like 5 o'clock when it closes, and it's nowhere near that time. So.
Yeah, it's 12:30.
And then look, we got like a pretty bridge back here. There's 2 creeks on the lot, and it's really gorgeous. There's the house from the side. That's the back of the house. There's a tower behind that tree, and we're gonna go climb it. So this is the tower, and this is currently our view. So you can imagine what it'll be when we actually get up
My
there.
fat out of shape ass. Damn.
This is the top of the bridge. Tower. We're not on a bridge. Look at this. Holy shit. Wisconsin is over in that direction.
Yeah.
You can see how foggy.
Everything on the opposite side of the water is Wisconsin. Over there.
Oh, over there. Okay.
Yep. That's still Minnesota.
And then this was the suspension bridge, and it was actually moving at this point, but you can barely see it. But I promise, it was actually moving. And now we're going under the suspension bridge. Well, over, because this is the part that moves up and down. I can feel the sand in my shoes. Cool. This is gorgeous.
Yep, this is Park Point Beach. Here's Kelly gonna dunk her feet in.
Oh God, I'm going to regret this. I really, really love lakes and beaches. It was so cold, but I love having my feet in the water. I think it might be because I'm a water sign, but I don't really know. And then we hung out the next day and went shopping, and then just like that, I was on my way back home. This is gonna be a lot of plane views because, like I said earlier, I love flying. Did I say that earlier? Well, I do. I really love flying, and I had an evening flight, so I got to see the sunset and all the lights come up over the city, which I just love. So there's just a lot of plane footage right now. But like, look at that. How cool is that? This is nearing touchdown in Chicago. Because if you look, that's Chicago right there. Downtown Chicago. And now we're touching down at O'Hare. And taking off from O'Hare about an hour later with just enough time for me to grab a snack and get to my flight. It was really close. and this is nearing touchdown in Detroit. And like that, I was back home at like 11:30 at night. It was crazy late, but I'm so glad I got to see her. Love you, Kenzie.